Hey, before
We're on.
we're on, all right.
We're on. We're on.
Welcome, fellow TFFL owners, to our very special Packed Bowl edition 2015. Also, our Christmas week, New Year's Eve edition, and our first ever dual coast edition. We have two owners, both of the Lizards owners, coming to us from San Francisco.
Indeed. Correct.
So yeah, a special Pack Bowl edition with all of our Pack Bowl participants. Welcome, Berto, our two-time defending champs, going for a three-peat. And the Lizards, of course, and our regular panelists, our Commissioner Chief, Skipper of the Sponge Fishermen.
Good evening, happy holidays.
And Hank, just back from Disney World, czar and CEO of the K-Wheels. Welcome.
Indeed. How are you? The Star Wars fever at Disney World is out of control. It's unbelievable how much Star Wars crap they have going on there. It's but it's great, and happy to be here.
Use the force push.
A lot of that.
All right. So as I said, I've got maybe a somewhat lame or easy trivia question for you, but it's appropriate. Let's get this out there real quick. Berto actually might have given away the answer on last week's webcast for those who pay attention. So we're here talking. We're going to talk primarily about the Killers, our two-time defending champs, back in the Pack Bowl. The Lizards back in the Pack Bowl. One big game left for us. But how many times previously in the league's history have we had a rematch, back-to-back years, same two participants in the Pack Bowl? Double points if you can name the two teams that did it. I just gave.
You just gave away the answer, but
that's all right. That happens from time to time.
It's all right. Neither one of us were paying attention.
No, exactly. I'll still get it wrong. I like Hank's. He's got a couple Star Wars things behind him there on the bookcase.
What did Santa bring you, Hank?
Oh, dude, I'm not even sure that I can show these to you because these are so freaking cheesy, but I had to get them. All right, so.
Oh, I saw those.
Here's the first one in the Star Wars experience. Can you see this?
I like it.
I thought that was really cool.
I love it.
All right, so we have Brooke and Luke here as Luke and Leia. All right, but this one is really the classic. Okay, you ready? All right, we have all four of the Hawken family in Star Wars regalia. So there you go.
Excellent. Good work.
Yes, so I had to get them. They were too funny.
Very nice.
Those were worth the purchase, for sure.
Yes.
Nice work.
All right, yes, carry on.
Jack and I caught up on episode 4, 5, and 6 over the last 3 days. So we're ready to go Monday.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, well, I'm also going Monday. In fact, my wife and kids are watching Empire Strikes Back upstairs right now.
Nice.
I'll join them when this is over.
We're
going to go tonight, but they need to cram for, I don't think it's necessary, but whatever.
Yeah, we saw.
I've convinced my wife that we're not going to church tomorrow. We have tickets to go see the show at 11:20 for the second time tomorrow morning.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. Yes, we took the kids. Andrew and I watched 4, 5, and 6 again. He's already seen 1 through 6. We watched 4, 5, and 6 again, and then we went last Saturday to see it a second. That was my second time, his first time, with the whole family. It was a lot of fun, and we're going back tomorrow for our third time.
Nice. It's good. It's good.
It is good.
I tried to watch it with Jack like a year and a half ago, and he was distracted. But this week, totally into it.
Dialed in.
We had to pause it, asking questions. It's good stuff.
Yeah, Julia and I watched, what was it, Star Wars. We watched the original A New Hope last night.
You know, I can't help thinking that this was part of the conversation we should have had before we started recording.
Probably so. But who cares?
Right.
Now the whole thing can enjoy it.
All right, we haven't spoiled anything yet, so let's All right, so I don't want to do a lot of looking back, especially since the Aliens lost, but Aliens, Mongols both out. Congratulations to both teams making it into the playoffs. The Mongols in particular actually winning a conference title and had that long streak, 7 straight years, busted great decision, I guess, ultimately to keep Blake Bortles. A lot of good pieces on that team. I think the Mongols will be back in the playoffs, perhaps, hopefully next year. So before we really talk about the Pac Bowl, I want to bring up one good big topic for discussion. We have the same two teams back in the Pac Bowl as we've already talked about here. Lizards, Giant Killers, 3 straight years for the Giant Killers. How much of this is luck? And I bring up this question. The Lizards, I think Rich in particular, used to be one of the people who like to suggest it was more about luck than some people would want to believe. But I think the more you see the same teams getting back into the title game, you got to believe that much more of it is skill. And I know let's turn to one of the teams that's not in the game right now, Phil or Chief.
Go ahead, Chief.
Well, what percentage of it is luck?
Look, if the Giant Killers are getting any luck this year, it's all bad. So it's hard to say that luck's very much involved. In this specific case, as a rule, yes, you have to be good, you have to be lucky. I don't think anyone would deny that. Injuries have more say on who wins fantasy football than any other variable you want to throw in there in a competitive league such as this one. So I think that it is luck. There is a degree of randomness to it. I think you can select your players to minimize that injury risk to a degree. But then I think there's a real skill in navigating through the injuries and overcoming the injuries in constructing your roster so you can still make up the playoffs, even in spite of the injuries.
I'll just chime in that it's been 18 years since I won the Pac Bowl, and I either suck at this game and have no skill in that matter, and maybe that is the case, or I have horrible luck when it comes to the players I have and what they put on the field. But I think it's definitely a mix of both. I think you have to know what you're doing, be able to make the moves to back things up, and I think everybody's ready on draft day. But I think as the season goes on, some guys are better prepared to make the right moves at the right times than others, and maybe that's where I've fallen down. I don't know, but good for Berto and good for Richie to be back where they are. I think they both are beneficial and great players, and but I think they're also pretty good at this as well.
Thank you.
I think it's a healthy mix of both. Luck is partly the residue of design, right? So you create your own luck a little bit in this game.
It is. That's good.
That's a stolen quote.
But yeah, you get hot, your players perform the right week, or you have a great team and they don't perform one week and you're done. Particularly in the playoffs. But I don't know. I think it's like a lot of other games out there. Poker or there's an element of skill, but you got to have the right cards to play too. So yeah, I think it's a healthy mix of both. I don't think you can put a percentage on what's luck and what's not, but there's both involved. Yes.
Yeah, so I think I agree with most everything you guys said, and I think we all agree. There's some element of luck, and that luck takes on the form of things like your guys being healthy, or a certain matchup, or a guy showing up on a given week. All of those things play a role. That's the randomness of the game itself, right? That's the element of why we play, that excitement of not knowing and guessing and trying to make the best predictions we can based on the information available to us. When I look at the skill portion of it, and I look at my roster now, I think the trades that we make have been very few and far between. The Lizards have definitely built through the draft, and grabbing Cam Newton as a backup was not an accident, and grabbing Duke Johnson at the start, thinking about a guy that may develop next year, was not an accident. Knowing that we were weak at running back, filling that in with Carlos Williams, and even with the last pick, Jay Ajay, that's not an accident either, because we thought maybe with Miller having his last year and a contract year, he may go on somewhere else and get paid more and then keep Ajay. trying to build the depth over time, and then picking players on high-scoring teams like Baldwin. You know, Evans was from last year, and Hilton as well. These guys were not accidents, and that, you know, you certainly do your best in your drafting. But we knew we wanted to have Seattle early, and we knew we'd have a roster that was filled out well enough at the start that we could make picks like that. So I think you could see the skill in the game. There's no question about it, but there's always that element of luck, because I felt like we had this strength before, and we just shat the bed by guys not showing up at the same time or hitting injuries, and it just happens.
I think the other thing that it's like a third element is, we all know this, right? Like, there's the second guessing yourself. Like, you look at two guys and you're like, it's this guy or that guy. And then you have this series of in-depth conversations, either with somebody else or with yourself, where you're like, here's all the reasons I should play this guy or I shouldn't play this guy. And then sometimes you screw yourself, and then you're like, this weekend I will not make the same mistake. And you make the wrong choice again because you're trying to outthink yourself. And I think part of this is not skill or luck, but just willing to look at what you can really get done. I think that's a huge thing for us. We have these discussions all the time about
the Costanza rule.
Yeah, the Costanza. Like, when it's going completely wrong, just do the opposite of whatever you think and let that roll and see what happens. Yeah, it tends to work out.
I generally find gut instinct is the best way to make those calls.
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but
I know, but it was dramatic.
It was.
It was. I think I ran a tugboat. All right.
Rock and roll. So, good question, Stick. I think we all agree there's some element of luck to this. But like poker, as Berto said, or other games, there's plenty of skill involved.
Mm-hmm. That question was a long way of getting to the obvious compliment. Nice job to both of you guys getting back to the title game, and good luck there. Before we get again to focusing on the game itself, Chief, Phil, I'll come back to you guys in just a second. Let me ask a couple questions directly to the owners of our Pack Bowl teams here. And let me start with the Lizards here. While we've got you on the show, we can always talk to Berto every week. Cam Newton, Andrew Luck. I know you guys are focused on the Pack Bowl, but you're not going to be back here necessarily anytime soon to talk to us about 2016. So, have you had any discussions at all about Newton or Luck for 2016?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that.
Could either one be had in a trade in the offseason?
Absolutely. Yes, I do not plan on keeping both of those quarterbacks, and I think that if there's an offer for one better than another, I would weigh offers for both of them. I'd feel confident sticking with either one of them going forward. That I could tell you. So, you know, based on evaluating some trades for those teams that want to guarantee themselves a strong quarterback for the future, I'm listening. I'm all ears. We're all ears.
Mm-hmm. Again, we're going to talk a lot about the quarterback market in the offseason. We've already heard from the Beavers saying that Aaron Rodgers could be traded. Andrew Luck could be traded. Cam Newton could be traded. Tom Brady could be traded. One more question real quick here for the Lizards, a big picture question. I think it might be safe to say that Adam is perhaps the most involved, most astute co-owner in the league.
Oh, well, thanks.
I don't know if there's
not Connor? Are you sure?
Who's that?
It's not Connor?
Connor brings a certain confidence to the aliens, but I don't know about astuteness.
Certain swagger? Okay.
Right. So quickly, describe how involved you two are throughout the week. You're talking at least once a week. I'm sure you're chatting.
Well, we talk just normally throughout the course of a week, right? Just whether it's work-related, friend-related, silliness-related, football-related, we talk. There are some weeks where we are in full tune and we're going back and forth discussing the options, as Adam was telling you before, up and coming to a game, who we might want to start or play, or what our options look like. whether there's trades or pickups or free agents, going to make choices for that. I'll ping them with where my head's at and ask for reflective thought on some of it. And then there's other times where literally he's got shit going on and too busy, and so it goes like this.
But there's also times too.
I don't talk to him for 3 weeks because he's on vacation or work or with the girls or doing something. I just run with it.
But by and large, the other thing is, and I don't know if this is the way it is for any other co-owners, but we both have access to the rosters. So I will make edits to the lineup, and he'll ping me back and say, I saw that you swapped so-and-so for so-and-so, and let's talk about this, or you're full of shit, or what a great move. And so, I think there's enough trust here where I don't just get to read the news about it and say okay, as your research assistant, it's more like I get to make decisions too, and we don't always agree, and ultimately he gets to make the call, but he trusts me enough to go in there and make choices for both of us for the better of the team, and he always considers it that much.
What's the biggest debate you two have had that you can remember?
Quite honestly, the one that I can think back to is, and this was a while ago, was who we picked up with a die, and it was Lendale White, Joseph Adai, and
there was who else was in that class?
The other
Lawrence Maroney.
No, D'Angelo Williams.
D'Angelo Williams was in that class.
Was D'Angelo?
Yes, I remember. We played hours of foosball in your garage, and we would go back and forth for 12 hours, 15 hours.
That was probably one of the longest debates. There was 4 or 5 running backs up, and we ended up choosing a die.
When we picked up Adrian Peterson, there was a debate about and now I don't even remember who the other one is. That one was blotted out. But
it was Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, right.
That was easy. I knew where I was going the whole time.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of having a co-owner. You can bat that off, but it sounds like the way you guys operate.
Discussion.
So Chief and I think did a good job, but I also think we were at conflicting moves at some points. I think so.
Well, yeah,
we would go out and investigate things, and Chief would be going one direction, I would be going the other direction, and you guys seem to be a little bit more aligned than we were. Although we did pretty well in our stint as co-owners, but it sounds like you guys are more of a meeting of the minds in the making decision versus.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, guys. Quick answer: who takes responsibility for the draft gaffe for the Lizards this year?
Gaff? What was the gaff?
There was the one where we picked up. He was a tight end.
Tight ends. Martellus Bennett and
Jordan Cameron. No, it was Jordan Cameron.
You took the wrong player.
Right. No, because I pointed to it, and he looked back and said, "Yeah, grab that." And I was pointing at one, and he thought I was pointing at the other one, or vice versa.
Yeah.
It was purely a clerical error. I was pointing at something.
What ended up being fine was that we still got the guy we wanted in the next round.
Yeah.
He reversed it. I was fine with who he was taking, but I wasn't expecting it to be at that slot.
Yeah. Whatever. It was a simple communication error.
All right. Let's turn to our defending champs, the Killers, for a moment. Before we turn it over to our panel, set the stage for us. I don't know if you have a lot of decisions to make this week. You don't have a lot of options.
0 decisions.
What are you thinking right now? Were there any big decisions? How confident are you?
I'm confident. I mean, you look at my team, and we put up, besides the Week 14 friendly against the Mongols, we put up some points. So we've been in the 70s, 80. So I think we can. I need 60 points, I figure, out of the Jets New England game is my target. If I can get 60 out of that game, that would be fantastic. And come up with 15 between Crowell, Ginn, and Jeremy Hill on Monday night. So 60 points is a lot to ask from that Jets game, but it can be done. But in terms of decisions, there's no decisions to be made. I don't even have a running back or a tight end that I can start in the reserve lineup.
Yeah, you have a pretty bad reserve lineup. All right, real quick, Lizards. I know our panel's going to want to talk about this too, but Odell Beckham, 2 straight years in the title game for the Lizards, 2 straight years in the title game with Odell Beckham not playing for you for one reason or another. You've got the depth. T.Y. Hilton comes into the starting lineup, but gotta concern you a little bit to lose Odell.
Well, it's I guess it's nothing to concern. It just goes back to that luck thing we were talking about before. I mean, not expecting it. It's certainly a bummer because it guaranteed anywhere from 8 to 25 points every week out of him. So that's you hope Ty can make it up. That's why you got the depth. Baldwin's not healthy apparently, so we got nobody else to start even in place of him. I didn't want to start Gates. I wasn't feeling good about that matchup, so we left him off. But Odell's a bummer. I'd much rather have him. I'd much rather have him.
I think Baldwin's fine. He's in.
Yeah, they say he has a hammy issue or something.
So he's playing. So I mean, I think you're fine there. I was happy to see Woodhead only getting 4 points. That could have been a lot more last night.
He could have gotten that first touchdown. He bounced off the friggin' line like he was a friggin' rubber ball.
I think you take 4 out of Woodhead.
Oh, I'm happy with that. I would have gotten 3 out of Sims. Sims gives you 3 every week. Duke Johnson, the same thing. It's like a flip of the coin. Danny had the most upside. That's all. So that's why I decided on him.
Yeah, he had a big week last week after a long drought. So.
And I think it was very clear with McCoy going down and Williams finishing that game last week, he'll be healthy enough to get a decent amount of carries that'll be better than Sims or Duke Johnson as well. So he'll have, again, the most upside at very least. If he could stay healthy for the game, he could have a decent game.
Well, as a panelist that's representing the broader voice of the TFFL, I first will congratulate Berto. It's big. You're here for trying to win 3 in a row, and that devastates many of us. I mean, that's just an impressive accomplishment, but man, I hope you lose. And I think the Lizards should be highly encouraged with you thinking you need 60 out of the Jets, New England. That's a big number. And I think if you get more than like 35, you should be happy.
I am hoping that game is 13-10.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to have some weather issues. You're going to have, that's a lot of points. So you never know. Maybe it's one of those 38-35 New England Jets shootouts, which I'm sure is what you're hoping for.
Look,
but, we'll see.
If Fitzpatrick gets a touchdown to each of his receivers, Berto's in this game.
Yep. Yep.
And I don't think that's much to ask.
I went through the numbers. I said 18 from Fitzpatrick, 10 from Marshall, 8 from Decker, 8 from Gronk, 10 from Gostkowski, and 6 from the Jets D. So that gets me to 60.
That's and that's as you lay that out. That's not that.
And that sounds like your box score from last week. I mean, you did points up and down your lineup.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean,
the Jets they didn't.
The matchups a bit harder.
Last week was Jeremy Hill and Ted Ginn came up big. So hopefully if Cam is going to be throwing touchdowns, it's going to be going to Ginn. That would be great.
And I hope it's anybody but Ginn.
So we'll take that. But the Woodhead 4, the 4 that Woodhead got is going to be, that's going to be tough for Crowell to match. If I get 2 points out of Crowell, that could be it for him. I'd love to be in striking distance come Monday night for Jeremy Hill. If he can be within 7,
Interesting.
that would be fantastic.
Within what?
7 or 8.
No, 7 or 8.
Jeremy Hill will be the last man standing on Monday night. Just one player on Monday night.
That's right.
And that's the way it ended last year as well. Bill was the last to go.
Was he? Isn't that fascinating?
Chief, Phil, any predictions?
Yeah. I mean, go ahead, Chief. Go ahead.
I'm on record in the commissioner's report. I think this game goes to the Lizards. I think I called 88-57 or something, 84-57, something like that. I think if Berto walks out with 60 of the Jets in New England, so who are the other three? Hill, Crowell, and Ginn.
Yep.
Well, get it.
Yeah, that Jets New England game is huge.
Yeah, it's still not going to guarantee you get 20 points out of those three. And I think you're going to need to get 75 points to win. So I'll stick with the Lizards. I don't see any reason. Adrian Peterson looks to be okay. Doug Baldwin looks to be okay. So I just think they're the better team.
They just got to show up on the field, John. They got to show up on the field.
As always.
Yeah. The Lizards are going to win. They're going to win about 75-55. The Jets New England's game is huge. I hope for a snowstorm or a steady downpour.
Snowstorm.
God, I'm ready to fly you out here, Hank.
I'm ready, man. Let's go.
The Lizards' #1 cheerleader. So, is there
out here?
Where are the pom-poms on the Google effects here? You should check those.
The
Lizards.
Yes, we won. we want to see, putting up 92 and 96 the last couple of weeks. We'd love to continue that path. And what I'm most excited about is I do think all the players are playing games they want to be winning. Like there's nobody who doesn't want to play for a reason or doesn't have a reason to play. And I think that's probably what excites me the most, knowing the guys are going to try to show up and actually play. We had Adrian Peterson reach out to Odell Beckham and wish him well. The teammates are supporting each other, too, which is important.
No, I hope that Adrian Peterson reached out to Odell Beckham to say, I'm sorry you're not going to be there Sunday night so we can wipe your ass on the field because the Vikings are going to kill them. Go Vikings!
That's right. So what I expect is that Odell said, hey, you know what? Those Lizards needed me. You're going to have to score an extra touchdown to make up for me not being there.
So what's the prediction, Lizards? What's the score? What's the prediction?
Well, the prediction is that we're going to win, and
he's going to lose.
I haven't really given much thought to the actual score. Let me see what we got.
Well, I'll tell you, the consensus seems to be that the winner is going to need to get to 75 points or more. It took. I think so. Berto had 75 last week to beat the Aliens, with a great performance up and down his lineup, aside from Fitzpatrick and Marshall. So yeah, I think you get above 75, and you got a really good shot to win this game. And I think the Lizards have the better shot of doing that this week.
So I think this is going to be the new greatest TFFL game ever played.
Nice, right on. I think the Lizards win 76-75.
Oh, a squeaker.
I was going to say 76-75 Giant Killers. We're going to be down. We're going to be down 8 points. We're going to be down 8 points going into Jeremy Hill on Monday night. Jeremy Hill is going to score 9 points. He'll get that touchdown in the fourth quarter. The new greatest TFFL game ever played.
Well, all right. Whatever, Berto.
Bill, you'd probably kind of like that.
Honestly, I see this more like 76-55 Lizards.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. 75-55 Lizards. With the Jets, no. Come on, Snow. Is there
Yes.
Snow in it?
Yes.
I mean,
Oh, that's great. Yes. Come on, Snow.
It was
Blizzard.
7 degrees up here today. It's gonna be beautiful.
Blizzard.
warm.
Where is that game?
In New York.
Life.
MetLife Stadium. It's supposed to snow. Really?
No, it's warm up here. It's gonna be beautiful.
All right. Well. Good luck to both franchises.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
We might be back before the new year, but Happy New Year to everybody. We'll be back to wrap things up after the Pac Bowl. We'll start doing a 2016 preview for all the teams that are out of it at this point. But first, we have one more big game. Maybe the next greatest TFFL game ever played, Berto. We'll see.
80% chance of rain in New York City tomorrow. 80%.
80% snow? Is that what you said?
Hailstones.
Could be warm. 66 with snow with rain.
You're in them.
Oh,
That's just
We'll take rain. We'll take rain.
Anything that makes it difficult to throw the ball is wonderful.
Hey, Amanda.
Hello.
How's Greece?
how's what?
Greece.
You're in Greece.
We're in Greece.
Oh,
Are you not?
Opa! That's what I meant to say. Oh, I have one question. This is what a dedicated co-owner does. Paints
Whoa.
ornaments.
That's an alien's Christmas ornament. That's impressive.
Right.
Paints
Excellent.
it.
Adam, have you made any ornaments lately?
Right. Oh my God.
I have not. I admit I cannot step up to the ornament painting pinnacle that Mrs. Aliens has put into the team over
Now only if the aliens could step up.
Right. You can see a lot of good it's done.
Yes.
there. Awesome.
All right, guys.
Congratulations, aliens, on having an ornament on the tree this year.
Right. Thanks,
Adam has promised me custom menorah candles for next year.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
All right. Well, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Holidays.
You got a trivia answer for us or what?
All right. So yeah, let's wrap up with our hopefully very easy trivia answer. I see Killers versus Devils one time. Killers Devils. One time for Chief. Packers Senators.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
I have a different guess. Mike, I didn't write it down because I got nothing.
I'm in with Killers Devils.
I think it's Ampac Devils.
It is Killers Devils.
Oh, Killers Devils.
Killers Devils. The only
Killers must have been the giveaway that I missed earlier.
Yeah, Berto brought it up last week. I gave away that really it only has happened once. Part of the question was how many times it has happened. Just once.
Actually, technically, the stem cells, Devils.
Stem cells.
Well, now it's happened twice.
Well, and now twice. Yes. Both times involving the Killers. So yeah, good luck to both franchises, all three of you guys. Lizards, we might want to have you back here if you win. I'm not sure you're going to want to be back here if you lose.
I'm happy to come back either way.
I'm just now transitioning out of the I don't care phase.
What are we going to talk about
Coming
next
back
week?
winners. What's that?
We'll be back at some point in the next few weeks, I'm sure, to set the stage for the new season. And
Yeah,
So,
that'd be great for you.
I can tell you we'll still be together through next week.
oh, it was so easy to get together with you this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that we're not flying,
We had no trouble making this happen.
We had to get here.
we have our needs.
Just so everybody knows how dedicated we are, it's 10:15 on Saturday night before Sunday afternoon.
I'm sorry, Stick. Go again.
All right. Good luck.
Let's go, Lizards! Go! Win!
I'm Mike Wallace. Join me tonight at 10 o'clock on 60 Minutes.
All right. Done.
I'm Mike Wallace. Watch me drop easy touchdown passes today in Minnesota.
Nice.
We may have to ban the effects of future broadcasts.
Yeah, Kramer is just going to love all this.
I believe that I need a reserve lineup from the Lizards, if I'm not mistaken. Make sure you get that in.
It's in. I sent it earlier.
I may have missed it. That's fine.
Yeah, there's a lot to miss. There's nothing in it.
Correct.
There isn't. It's pretty weak.
I'm starting Arian Foster's Ghost.
There you go. I'm starting the ghost of Robert Edwards.
All right, stick it.
All right. Good luck. Good luck, everybody. Take care. We will we'll see you soon.
Great game, Berto. We'll see you again soon.
Yes.
I need a cowbell.
Dick, what'd you say?
I said take care. That's our sign off.
Take care. That means we're done. Goodbye.